Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Shastich Plays. Today we're going to be looking at the new girl on the block in Pokemon Unite. That's right, Sylveon. She is here, and she is looking very nice. Or he. Whatever you want your Sylveon to be, that's fine. But yeah, so she's a really cool character in this game. I really enjoy playing her. She seems very, very strong so far. So if you got the coin saved up, keep in mind she is worth 10,000 coins as opposed to 8,000, which is what all the other DLCs have been so far. But you know, I think definitely well worth your coins and your time if you're into that. So you also got a costume here. You know, never too bad. You know, cute little cape, cute little stockings, or whatever you want to call them. Nothing too crazy. You know, honestly, yeah, not too bad. I probably wouldn't freaking get it because, you know, it's whatever to me, but you know, she looks really nice. So yeah, this is a really, really strong Pokemon in my opinion. So if you pick her up, that's worth it. So alright, so first up, let's go ahead and just talk about her progression. So she starts off obviously at level 1 as an Eevee, and yes, adorable. And then at level 4, which is of course the same level that like Wigglytuff evolves at, is really, really powerful. Alolan Ninetales, these really strong Pokemon that are really powerful in the game, like early on. And Sylveon is definitely one of them. So she evolves at level 4, nice and early. Should be very easy for you to get your evolutions off. Alright, so at level 1 and 2, you get to pick up either Swift or Baby Doll Eyes. We'll be showcasing the moves here in a little bit. Nothing too crazy right here. Keep in mind, at level 2, you get these back-to-back. So it's really cool, just like Wigglytuff, or Jigglypuff rather, you get your moves right off the bat, so it kind of doesn't really matter which one you go for. You also get at level 4 either Mystical Fire or Hyper Voice. Pretty cool moves in their own right. Of course, we'll be showcasing those. And then at level 6, Draining Kiss and Calm Mind. But then also at level 8, you get your Unite move, Fairy Frolic. Excuse me. Yeah, this is actually legitimately a little insane to give an attacker their Unite move at level 8. It is very easy to get up to level 8 if you're playing well, even before first Dreadnought, which is very, very powerful. So yeah, like this is insane actually a little bit for this kind of character to get level 8. Like the only other level 8 Unite move, as far as I understand it, if I remember correctly, is just Wigglytuff, and that's a support, which is very good obviously, but you know, an attacker getting level 8 Unite move is kind of crazy. So yeah, we're going to be showcasing all of the moves. We're going to be showcasing a couple builds that I've been trying out, you know, just talking about some items that I think are very strong on Sylveon, but right now we're just, you do get like a sneak peek of one of those, of course, but right here, but we're going to talk about some things. So, very simple, basic attacks. The boosted attack does extra damage, and when you evolve into Sylveon, the boosted attack, you know, deals extra damage, and it decreases and it increases your movement speed for a short time, which is pretty cool. You know, nothing too crazy. You know, pretty simple. All right, next up, the passive that you have there. You have adaptability for Eevee, and every time you deal damage or you take damage, you get a boost to your special attack, which is really, really cool. So let me make sure I give you the right information. So increase the special attack by 5% for 1.5 seconds, and it can stack up to 4 times, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, that's really, really nice. And then whenever you get to evolve, you change it to Pixelate, and you boost your special attack and special defense, which is very, very nice. So yeah, increase as well. So that's really cool. So let me make sure that I give you the right numbers on that as well. So looks like it's just the same numbers. So that's cool. So yeah, you get your special attack and special defense increased by 2.5% for 1.5 seconds, and you could stack up to 6 times when you're a Sylveon. There you go. So there's the passive. Just want to make sure I give you guys all the right numbers. And here we go. There's our level up moves and all that fun stuff. We'll be going over all that stuff when we go into the practice mode. But for now, I think that she's a really, really strong character. So if you're just here for my opinion on her right off the bat, I think she is kind of knocking on the door of S tier. So of course we just finished up like a 5-hour stream with her. So you know, still a lot more to test, a lot more to try out, but yeah, for now I think she's incredibly strong, and well worth your time if you're interested in this kind of character. But for now, though, we're going to go ahead and just hop into practice mode. We're going to be showing off our moves. I'll see you there. Alright, so here we are in training mode, and yes, we start off with the adorable little Eevee, and yeah, he's just absolutely adorable. Look at him bouncing around, what a cute little lad, and yeah, just start off with his basic attack, just boop, 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 nothing too crazy, just does a decent little amount of damage, shoots a little short-range projectile. Keep in mind, like, Eevee and Sylveon's range, not that crazy compared to other attackers, but, that's okay, so... also at level 1, you either get choice of Swift or Baby Doll Eyes. I personally usually go with Swift. It honestly doesn't really matter because, as you see there, at level 2, you just get the other one anyway. So Swift is kind of cool. You get to just shoot out a couple stars. Go ahead and turn off cooldowns so we can do that. But yeah, just shoot out a couple stars. You can move along with it. You just shoot out the A pump. And you just shred them down. I usually like to go with Swift because it just does more damage. One thing to note: it doesn't go through wild Pokemon. Just like Baby Doll Eyes, it just stops at whatever it hits. So that's pretty neat. So Baby Doll Eyes is up next. It's just a short-range, little simple beam, nothing too crazy. As you can see, it slows down the opponents, and it will also decrease their attack speed. You see this A-Palm just slow into a crawl right there, and that's really cool. So, again, can't really hit multiple things with it, but you know what? That's okay. So, I really like these little these moves. Helps Eevee get in there, fight for the mid lane farm a little bit safer. She is still an attacker. She's still pretty squishy, and yeah. So no, we're gonna finish off that crab. And as you see, they're level 4. You're going to evolve, and we're gonna get our first options for moves. So the move that I think is kind of a must and is definitely your go-to is going to be Mystical Fire. So Mystical Fire is honestly a little bit crazy. It's for one, it's a dash. It has a 6.7 second cooldown. Sure, I don't know why it has 6.7, but whatever. So let's go ahead and just read the description here on Unite DB. Shoutouts to Unite DB for getting all this information right off the bat. Amazing resource. If you're not using it, what you doing with your life, So, but anyway, level 4, you get Mystical Fire. You create 4 small flames while leaping in a designated direction. The flames shoot towards enemies one by one, dealing damage and decreasing their special attack by 15%. For 4 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. So this is pretty cool. So basically you can just decrease their special attack over and over again, which is really nice. And there's that. So each time a flame hits, you also reduce the cooldown of this move, and after the first flame hits, every other flame deals 25% less damage. So you gotta keep that in mind whenever you're using this move. So yeah, very simple. We're just gonna hop forward a little bit, and you just get a nice little circle of flames right around you. So this won't really trigger on its own, even if you like run into like a crab, as you see there. But if you start attacking something, the flames will shoot off into it, or if the crab here will attack me, yep, you'll see the flames shoot off into it. So like it will only like trigger if you're on the offensive or somebody's trying to hit you, so like that's pretty cool. Took me a little bit to figure that out. Like you'd think it'd be so simple, but it took me a little bit to figure that out for some reason. But yeah, it's really nice. Lets you hop through walls, nothing too crazy. Can't go through like any like really wide walls here, like obviously I didn't get through here like an eject button would or anything like that, but pretty cool. Not too bad. But yeah, that's Mystical Fire. I think it's just the go-to. You just do so much damage with this if you're able to power things up, and yeah, that's really, really nice. And having extra mobility, never a bad thing. So there's that. So we're gonna go ahead and give us another level, because at level 6 we're going to have the option between Draining Kiss and Calm Mind. And honestly, it honestly kind of comes down to what team comp I'm going up against and what I'm going up against. So we're gonna start off with Draining Kiss. This is typically my preferred move, and yeah, it's just like a nice little extra bit of life steal added onto it. So so we have it's a sure hit, by the way, to mention. We'll show that off in here in a second. But at level 6, you has a 9.5-second cooldown. You blow a kiss at an enemy that goes back and forth between Sylveon and the target multiple times. When Kiss touches Sylveon, it restores HP. When it hits the enemy, you deal damage and decrease their movement speed for a short time. If Sylveon and the enemy get too far away, the Kiss will disappear faster than normal. So here we go. We get the crab, hit me down. So we're gonna throw this out there, and we get bounces back a couple times, and it heals me. So as long as I have that reticle on, and he's like glowing red, it doesn't matter how far away he is. He's going to freaking do that, and see how far away he was. But it's not like gonna stick around forever. And when you get closer, it just bounces like super fast, so you're able to heal super fast. So that's really, really cool. So yeah, this is just really nice. Helps with chasing, or if somebody's trying to freaking chase you down, like this Corphish is trying to do, or if I'm trying to chase down this Corphish, I can get at him a little bit easier. Which is nice. Oh no, the Corphish is trying to chase me down. I can run away a little bit faster. Oh no, I need to freaking attack this Corphish. I need to get at him, But there's that. So yeah, it's nothing too crazy. It can kind of help you get out of sticky situations sometimes. But yeah, it's just nice little passive lifesteal while doing damage, and not too bad with that. So alright, so we're gonna go ahead and give us one more level where we're going to get our Unite move. And again, the Unite move at level 8 is kind of freaking insane. So yeah, alright, so I'm gonna let this Scorefish chunk me down while I'm gonna read this. So it is a straight up buff, and you jump into the air and become briefly invincible. The moment Sylveon lands, you deal damage to enemies in the area of effect and restore Sylveon's HP. For 10 seconds afterwards, 50% of the damage dealt to Sylveon is converted into HP. However, your basic attacks are excluded, so this only will include your special attack. So what you want to do is you want to fire up a Mystical Fire, and then you're just going to jump in here, and boom, you basically restored all of your HP there that I was getting on that. And you're just going ham. You're throwing out your Mystical Fires and stuff like that, and you're throwing out your Draining Kiss, and you're just going in, and you're able to just steal a bunch of life. So yeah, you're able to just the initial hit doesn't do a ton of damage, but it basically fully heals you more or less, and you're able just to go ham in on it, which is really nice. So the hop, go over walls, it's really cool. You can even go over some like really, really far walls. So like we're gonna jump through here, and boom, we're all the way into the Zapdos pit. Jump through here. There we go. It's just really, really cool. It's you're completely invincible. So say you're coming in for a steal on Zapdos, you're running in here, you're gonna fire up your Mystical Fire, and then you're just gonna go boom, and then you're able to just start chunking down the Zapdos and whatever's coming in here. So you're completely invincible while you're doing this. You have a good amount of mobility as well. Go pretty far. You can twirl in the air if you want to. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, I think it's a really, really solid Unite move. It definitely works to the character's strengths. She wants to be in the fight as much as she can, and being able to completely heal herself more or less while she's going on the offensive is just really, really nice. And it just definitely helps in like those late game fights. Yeah, for sure. So before the game ends here, though, we want to just talk about the upgrade moves. So as you saw, we have 4 fireballs whenever we get that. We get Mystical Fire. When we level up, we get 5. That's literally the only change. And then whenever we get to level 12, we will get the upgraded Draining Kiss, and it just heals more HP. So that's really about it. So nothing too crazy. And yeah, I really like this loadout. I think that Draining Kiss plus Mystical Fire work really well together. And look at that, look at those move cooldowns going. You just get a giant ring of fire around you. That's kind of funny. Alright, so let's go ahead, just finish off here, look at her adorable little scoring animation, and we're going to go ahead and move into the other side of the move pool, and load up practice mode one more time, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, here we are back in training mode, and we have our adorable little buddy Eevee, but we're not going to take too much time with him. We're going to go ahead and just turn off our move cooldowns, and we're going to get to level 4. So at level 4, we're going to be picking up Hyper Voice this time. So Hyper Voice is a pretty cool attack. You unleash an attack of multiple sound waves that deal damage when they hit. The damage dealt increases the further the target is from Sylveon. Every time a sound wave hits, enemy special defense is reduced by 50, but only when the effect of the damage from Hyper Voice, and the next sound wave's damage increases. So as you can see here with the reticle, you have a longer range version and like a shorter range version, so we really want to be targeting on that long range, and you just do extra damage. So you can move with this, but it does stay locked to a single position while you're doing that. So yeah, as you can see, like we start here, we don't do as much damage, but when we're at that long range, we just do so much more damage. So that's really where you want to be fighting from anyway. As a range attacker, you want to be fighting like at this longer range. So this is kind of fine for her. So yeah, I personally don't really like this because I feel like it's just a little bit too narrow. But it certainly has its uses, and it does do a considerable amount of damage. And it kind of stays out for a little bit, for a long time. Maybe if you could like move it while you're attacking, like you can just like spin around and it like worked with you, but you basically just strafe in place, and you just do a lot of damage. So yeah, always want to aim for that outside edge there. But also at level 6, we're going to be picking up the second move, and that is going to be Calm Mind. So Calm Mind is pretty neat. It's just a straight up buff. Sylveon quietly focuses their mind and calms their spirit, increasing movement speed, special attack by 40%, and special defense by 10% for a short time. So nothing too crazy. You just click the button, get a nice little blue aura around you, and you're able to move a little bit faster, and then your damage is going to be increased, and your special defense is going to be increased by a little bit as well. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, nothing too crazy. I think Calm Mind is certainly useful, but really mostly for the secondary effect that we'll be talking about here in a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a Calm Mind's really strong because it just boosts your damage, and like who doesn't love extra damage, So we can dunk a couple here. Why not? Boop. All right. So yeah. But yeah, Hyper Voice, personally, I'm not really a big fan. You have to position it well, very well. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not really a fan of Hyper Voice. But yeah, that's okay. All right, next up though, let's go ahead and just talk about the boosted versions of these attacks. So we're gonna pick up Hyper Voice first, and then Calm Mind. Hyper Voice, pretty much, it just, you increase how many waves you do. Yeah, like you just increase how many freaking sound waves there are. So cool. That's about it. But it's really all about with these two, it's all about that Calm Mind Plus. So Calm Mind Plus, one time during the use of this move, if Sylveon is hit by an enemy, you will completely nullify all damage done to Sylveon, and you get a shield. Okay, that's pretty crazy. That's kind of crazy. So we're gonna kind of just show this on Dreadnought a little bit, and yeah. So we're just gonna Calm Mind up, and we're gonna hit him, and he's gonna pop us up, and boom, we took no damage, and he did that, and we got us a nice little shield. Boom, no damage, and we got us a shield. That's really, really cool. So yeah, that's really cool, and just yep. just a nice little shield. It doesn't block any like CC or anything like that, but if you're up against like characters with like really strong executes, like Blastoise ult, like freaking Greninja Surf, like Lucario Power Up Punch, you know, stuff like that. Like you can completely nullify all that damage coming into you, and just hit them back even harder, and you could just stay in the fight a little bit longer, and that's just really powerful in my opinion. So if I'm fighting against those kind of characters that have like those really strong executes, obviously like Greninja, you see Shuriken a lot more often. Lucario, you don't see Power Up Punch as much, but you know, if you know that you're going up against that kind of stuff, and especially if you're going up against a Blastoise, because holy crap, that dude does a lot of damage. So you can, if you could time it just right, you can completely nullify all the damage done to that Blastoise can do to you with its ult, and that's kind of crazy. So yeah, but anyway, that's Sylveon's moves. I personally prefer Mystical Fire with Draining Kiss, but I can definitely see the use of Calm Mind as well. So like that is pretty dang cool. So also, it doesn't seem like it triggers the Calm Mind shield does not trigger on like wild Pokemon, which is good because you don't want it to be wasted on like some random Combi attacking you. So that's pretty cool. So, but anyway, yeah, that's it for this. We're gonna go ahead and hop over to some potential builds that I think are really strong with this character. So, but yeah, I hope this helped. You know, this nice little showcase of the moves and everything like that, and we'll go ahead and break down what I think could be really strong item-wise on this character. So I'll see you guys over there in just a little bit. Alright, so here we are on the builds page, and this is kind of one of the builds that I've been testing out with Sylveon, with the Wise Glasses, Muscle Band, and Focus Band. I think this is a really strong lane to be using in lane. Focus Band just gives you a lot of nice little sustain. And yeah, that seems pretty cool. So Muscle Band just gives you extra damage for your basic attacks that you're always going to be firing off. And then Wise Glasses is really nice. You know, Sylveon's moves stack incredibly freaking well with its special attack. So let's just look at Mystical Fire. It has 111% special attack stacking. That is insane. Like, that is very good. That stacks incredibly well, so that boosts the power of your special attack even further with the Wise Glasses, which is really nice. Also, if you're running Draining Kiss, Wise Glasses also increases how much you heal as well, very similar to like how you'll see like Eldegoss running Wise Glasses, because it gives you bigger shields and more heals that way. So that's really cool. So I kind of like this build. I've been playing around with other items and stuff like that, but if you're laning, I think that this is a very strong build. You get a little bit of sustain with Focus Band, you got damage with Wise Glasses and Muscle Band, which you're going to just be spamming your attacks all the time anyway, so that's really cool. However, you could potentially go with something like this. You're going to go with Buddy, Energy Amplifier, and Muscle Band or Wise Glasses are really all down to you, whatever you're going. I think if you're going Draining Kiss, I see no reason not to go Wise Glasses, but if you're going just like Calm Mind, I think Muscle Band is just fine as well. So but yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I think Energy Amplifier actually has a lot of really good potential on Sylveon, just because she does get her ult like super fast at level 8. That's almost free before like Dreadnought fight. If you play really well, it's absolutely free if you put her in the jungle, which is really cool. So I feel like Energy Amplifier is really strong if you're trying to abuse that ult, which is very cool. So yeah, and Buddy Barrier is just good on everybody. There you go. So, however, there's other options as well that you could go with. You could definitely see something like a Score Shield, with special attack specs going in there. Yes, once you get your mystical fire, you're able to have a little bit of mobility, so you could probably get in there and score pretty easily, and start stacking your special attack specs in lane. I might want to try something like this, maybe with like a focus band, so you can dive in, be a little bit more aggressive early game. It's not going to be like no Lucario or anything like that, but you could dunk in a couple small scores. Just a lot more testing and stuff needs to be done. However, something that I don't think really would work that well with Sylveon would be the choice specs. So choice specs works only on the first hit that lands. So if we're using Mystical Fire, it will only work on the first fireball that hits. It gives you like a small increase of special attack, but the boosted damage will be only on the first hit of the fireball, which is the strongest, so that's fair. But then it goes on an 8-second cooldown, and the point of Mystical Fire is you want to be spamming it constantly. Like every time you hit a fireball, you're lowering your cooldown. So it actually doesn't coincide very well with choice specs, in my opinion. I don't really think choice specs is that strong on Sylveon, because especially Mystical Fire scales really well on her special attack already. Her special attack's pretty respectable. I mean, it's, I believe, like the 5th highest in the game, 5th or 6th highest in the game, something like that at max level. Of course, you're not going to always be at max level, but you get my point. Yeah, it's just a very respectable special attack. So I don't think choice specs is necessarily good on Sylveon, but certainly more testing needs to be done. But I definitely think lots of freaking things that can go with this set, and I definitely want to try out like this kind of stacking build, because I feel like boosting special attack is just going to be kind of crazy with this character. I think it could be very, very strong. But anyway, yeah, that's just like a couple items that I think are very, very strong with this character. Right now, I think probably my favorite build is the laning build. If I'm going Training Kiss with the Wise classes, and yeah, I think this is just really good if you're laning, but you could kind of just throw in a mix of any of those items that I showed you on there, and just you just kind of go ham with them. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at for Sylveon right now. I'm not gonna say, oh, this is the best build, because there's no best build right now. The character hasn't been out a full day, but that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this section. We're going to go ahead and hop into some gameplay that I pulled from the stream last night. We just had like a nice long stream. You can watch the full VOD of it on the channel, or you can just watch a few highlights here. And yeah, so I think that in conclusion, she's a really strong character. She has a lot of different build options, which is very, very powerful, and that's something you always like to see with a new character. And yeah, but let me know how you're thinking about building Sylveon down below in the comments, and let's just get into some gameplay. Alright, so here we are. This is my first game with Sylveon, like real game. And yeah, so we're going bottom with Vin, and he's on the Chansey. And yeah, I think this is a pretty strong lane. We're able to try to secure farm pretty easily, and we're going all the way up here for this middle A palm, and that's really nice. So we do get chunked down a lot and trapped there, but the focus band pops. We're able to stay in the fight a little bit longer. That's really nice, and we're even able to scare them off pretty healthily. And yeah, nothing too crazy. Simple freaking laning, and just what Eevee can do. She can just play safe at the back, and boom, there we go. Both of us evolve. That's really nice. We're going to pick up that mystical fire, and now we're able to, fight for our freaking bees. So they come in here. I'm freaking able to chunk them down pretty heavily. Just look at the damage on that freaking mystical fire right there, and boom, there we go. Bees are up. We're going to fight for them, and this is pretty nice because we're able to get most of the bees. And yeah, it's just a nice little simple laning phase. Nothing too crazy. and just shows a small amount of like the strengths of Sylveon potentially very early. And yeah, I definitely like it. All right, so here we are coming in here, and we got a little fight about to brew in. Ninetales jumps in, pushes me out. I get put to sleep, but I'm able to just heal pretty much all the way back up, and now I'm just able to just fire off some damage. Getting some life steal there, and able to finish that off. I get a nice buddy barrier up as well there, and we're able to just to shred these squishy freaking Pokemon right here. Ninetales comes in, tries to do something, gets slammed up against a wall, and we're able to pick them out off there a little bit. Good little mid fight there, and now we're ready to just head down bot, just able to shred this dreadnought. So, um, yeah, not a perfect fight there. Definitely could have popped off a little bit more with Sylveon, but just a nice little way to showcase like the old, letting you just stay in the fight for a little bit longer than usual. All right, so here we are in that little laning phase. We are able to throw that out there. I don't think we secured that, but I make the call to push into them. I feel like we could definitely fight this, and I still have my focus band, so that's really nice. We see the Venusaur's proc. I proc my focus band. We're able to get a pickup on that, and Vin is able to uh, focus on the EV, even able to pick up that a little bit as I'm able just to peel back and you know finish my evolution as well. So jungle, I do see the jungler coming in. I want to play a little bit extra safe. My jungler's up here though, so my priority is make sure that I get online, and then I can help support as much as possible. So yeah, there we go. Boom, big freaking Sylveon is online, ready to go, and now we just get to push in here. Their jungler goes down. We're able to freaking come in, push in, and just start shredding, and you just see the damage that we do. A little bit weird stream hiccup there, but I'm pretty sure we got the pickups there, which is really, really nice. And yeah, there we go. And then our jungler goes back to camp, but you know, that's okay. We're just able to assail this base, which is just so nice. Crustle, doing Crustle things. Unfortunately, gets broken out, but the jungler comes back. He tries to jump me. I'm able to get out with the mystical fire. I'm able to button out, and then I'm just gonna dive right back in after I grab a berry, get the pickup on the jungler. I deny the EV's evolution. That's really nice. Score shield on freaking Venusaur, but whatever. Oh my god, just everything running score shield these days. It's really fine, but you're gonna pay for that though. Still, there we go. Let's go. Come on, come on, get him. Let's go. And there we go. We're gonna able to dunk a big 30, and just the strength of freaking Sylveon in that top lane, the mobility that you get from Mystical Fire, the power that she has is just kind of insane, and that's just really really nice. So yeah, just some really really textbook top laning, and the just showcasing what this character can do. And I'm already almost at 8, and we're about ready to rotate down to Dread, which is really really cool. So I'm gonna get 8 by the Dread fight, and we're all ready to go, and that is just incredible. All right, so here we go. We're going in, and we're going to be showing off a little bit of jungle with this character. I think that jungle actually is a pretty strong freaking option for just things that I might freaking showcase in another video. But yeah, just the ability to just get a free ult at level 8, basically, if you go into the jungle without any issue whatsoever, is just amazing. So you're starting off a little bit weak, but once you get your Sylveon, you're able just to kind of shred this jungle stuff, which is just amazing, honestly. So, yeah, we're just making our way through here, and the clear time is actually kind of impressive. Not gonna lie, like I think the clear time is actually very, very impressive, and in here under 9 minutes, that's really cool. We see their jungler just coming in. We're able to focus in. They're trying to steal some stuff. That's fine. We're able to get out of there, and we are able to pick off their jungler, which is awesome. Snorlax is here, and we're just here for bees, and that's just really really cool. So yeah, just the power of freaking being able to have just a nice early advantage with Sylveon. Like, you just see the damage that we're doing to that freaking Snorlax. The Ralts is just runned off, and we're just able just to get a free freaking couple dunks in here. Talonflame comes in, just doesn't want any of it, and that is just really, really awesome. So yeah, just I definitely think that I want to explore Sylveon Jungle a little bit more. I think it's just a very, very strong freaking option, because you, like I said, you literally get just free level 8 more or less, and then you're just at full value at the Dreadnought fight, which is just awesome. So, but yeah, it's definitely really, really strong option, as we're going into our second jungle clear at level 7. So at the end of this, I will be more than ready for the Dreadnought fight. I'll be double buffed up again, so that is just awesome. So anyway, yeah, that's just a little bit of showcase of just the power of this character's potential in the jungle, I think. So I don't really remember how the fight goes, but I'm just gonna go right in here, and there we go. Boom, we get to see I have my ult. I'm able to just jump in here, and just everybody just gets completely deleted. We chase down this Sylveon. She gets to heal up, but that's fine. It doesn't even matter, and just everybody gets completely chunked down, and that is just the pure aggression that you can have early on here. So it looks like we do get to get to fall here a little bit. Our Venusaur is top lane lifer, it looks like, unfortunately, but that just showcases like what you can do with this kind of play style in the jungle. Just able to just get so far ahead and just come in and just delete an entire lane like that. That is just awesome. So anyway, though, yeah, that's it for a little bit of jungle Venus, jungle Sylveon action, and yeah, we're just gonna continue on. Alright, so here we are going into an in-game fight right now, and yeah, we have a pretty significant advantage on them. We're just waiting on them to engage right here, and we do see them poking their heads out, and there we go. You see, just waiting, dancing around. I'm keeping my eye on them. I have a freaking eyes on that. Snorlax, I'm just keeping an eye on that top bush, making sure that nobody tries to backdoor anything. Looks like we're stopping in there, and there we go. There's the engagement. We're gonna jump on in. We focus the Sylveon, we focus the attacker, and get them out of there. Gengar pops up, we able to focus him. He's able to run away. Talonflame comes down, that's okay. He's dead as well, and now there we go. Now we just wait for the second wave. Snorlax is just kind of dancing around. We're able just to completely shred him as well. He tries to throw up a block, doesn't even matter, just goes down. Let's go. Venu tries to start it again. We just have to tell him, yo, no, retreat, back off, dude, because that next wave is coming in. Big Gardevoir ult, doesn't even matter. And now it's my turn to ult back, and freaking, there we go. Now I'm just in the fight. I'm healing up. I freaking, look at all that damage that I just healed off, and there we go. Just that Talon goes down. The Gardevoir is about to go down here as well. We were able just to shred these little squishy freaking Pokemon. Venu drops a big ult on him. Let's freaking go. And now we're able to just to take the zap. Snorlax tries to come in. He tries to steal. No big deal. That we are able to just do it anyway. And boom, the concede. And you love to freaking see it. So really, really good zap fight there at the end game. And just shows the power of freaking Sylveon, man. Just able to stay in the fight with that ult. Pretty much any other attacker kind of had to like just get out out there, but Sylveon's able just to stay in the fight with that ult, and that was just really, really nice. 11 freaking kills, 13 assists, not too many points scored, but that is just amazing. And like that's just like I just think this character is kind of insane, and just that's just a taste of what this character can do. And of course, like these are some just our first games playing with this guy, and yeah, definitely can go nowhere but up from here. And but yeah, anyway, that's pretty much gonna be about it, though. Yeah, let me know what you guys have been trying on Sylveon. What lanes you've been playing it in. Do you think Jungle Sylveon is worth it? I think that it is insanely well worth it, because the power spike you get is just absurd. And that is just well worth it in the early game. So because the most important fight in the game, is the most important fights in the game are, that first Dreadnought fight and the Zapdos fight there. And, being able to be level 8 at that first fight just gives you a massive advantage, because you're able to go for an ult. You don't have to worry about telling your team, hey, hold off, play it defensively so I can farm for 9, so I can get an ult. Sylveon is able just to come flying in out of the jungle and just delete an entire lane like we saw there. And then in the end game, you're even farther ahead, and you're able just to stay in the fight even longer. So you're getting chunked down, and you're getting chunked down, and it doesn't even matter. You're able to ult, restore all of your health back up, and just stay right in the fight. And I love it. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much about it for Sylveon. I think that she's an incredibly powerful character in the game, and well worth your time to try to learn her. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, though, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of these kind of character guides, please let me know. It's just like a starter guide just to get you started on the character. What items I think work well, where they work well in the game, and what lanes and what roles they fit in very well. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. I love you all. Deuces.